Frankly, after reading this, I think Joe Biden is a clone, okay? Spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure he is. And that's the real discussion that we're having here this week. Is Joe Biden a clone? Before we ask that question, we need to ask, are clones real? Before that question, it's Attack of the Clones! What's up, everyone? It's America Plus. I'm your host, Cole McCormick. It's another week, another episode. What's going on, everybody? It's Sunday, June 16th at 10:12 in the p.m. Coming at you late night record sesh. What's going on, folks? Had a beautiful day today. I was working today. It's Father's Day. Happy birthday. Happy Father's Day to my dad, y'all. Happy Father's Day. If you love your dad, support your dad. If you want to make your dad happy, just say thank you. So texted my dad today, posted about him. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. Today was a good day at work. And today on America Plus, I want to talk about human cloning. Today we're going to go deep into something that begins with a United States president, folks. Human cloning. How long has this topic been around? I don't know. I don't really have like a deep understanding of how long it's really been a thing, but I do have a clip from the 1990s of Bill Clinton talking about something like this. Well, the weird thing, before I play this clip, this is like 90 seconds, Bill Clinton, classic Bill. I was born in 97. And the situation with Dolly the sheep, I think, happened in the 90s, in 97, something like that, right? Right. Who was the first human clone? No. I'm going way too deep. Here we go. Bill Clinton talking about human cloning, 1997, June 8th.
Technology were developed.
Oh wait, hang on.
Therefore,
Here we go. Bill Clinton.
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience. By insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area, we can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone.
That is not AI. That is Bill Clinton, June 8th, 1997, speaking to the press in the Oval Office, folks. Human cloning. Is this real? Is this not? We see it a lot in movies. It's a common thread to either make a joke about it or to have it be more dramatic. There's a show called Invincible. They make jokes about clones, but then when you watch some James Cameron movie, either it be Avatar or that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, True Lies, there's clones in True Lies. And they make it like sort of cheesy action. How real are clones? This is going into like the political and celebrity sphere, like what celebrity is cloned? They say Kanye is cloned. They say, I really don't know. Oh, Britney Spears might be cloned. Do you think Britney Spears, who's like on TV or something, is cloned? Well, I have something to like share on this topic, okay? What I want to share with you is information from none other than my wonderful source on Twitter of all things insane conspiracy is Cabe on Twitter. Cabe on Twitter has this is a Substack of a tweet, and it goes deep into how cloning works, who is it for, the process, and I just want to see like if there's any like dots connecting, because frankly, after reading this, I think Joe Biden is a clone, okay? Spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure he is, and that's the real discussion that we're having here this week. Is Joe Biden a clone? Before we ask that question, we need to ask, are clones real? Before that question, it's, what is cloning? Cabe on Twitter. And I'm going to be reading this in the most proper narration voice that I possibly can, all right? So stick with me. It's, again, I'm just warning you, it's a little long, but I'm going to make it entertaining. Rapid human cloning. It's the greatest deception of the modern age. From this, all other cabal deceptions are possible. Okay, pause. This deals with the cabal, a cabal running the world, okay? Get ready. Neither black hats nor white hats will disclose it for different reasons. Good people won't risk harm to themselves or their families, or face the inevitable ridicule for speaking out about such a thing. The media remains controlled by the same dark forces using clones. For full disclosure to be accepted, the shift, which is the rapture to New Earth, the shift must first separate dark and light onto different timelines, and human consciousness must be changed to accept a new reality without fear. Pleiadians offer full disclosure. Pleiadians are the aliens Cabe talks about. Pleiadians offer full disclosure on many topics for anyone who is ready to receive it. How deep does the rabbit hole go? Cloning is controlled by the highest-ranking member of the Satanic Cabal. For many years, this was George Soros. But now the role has been passed to Google founder Larry Page. Satanism disrupts natural order and imposes control. Elite Satanists don't need the population to be real, just obedient. Clones can be entertainers, media personalities, world leaders, royalty, or ordinary citizens. They are placed into communities, given homes and necessary paperwork. They can be used for financial gain, or for control, or to conceal crimes, deaths, and arrests. Pleiadians tell us there are billions of clones currently being counted among the human population, and most of them are in China. There are over 2,000 controlled clones that we see every day in the media, which have implanted technology and require specialized doctors and handlers. Origins of rapid human cloning. The NSA, National Security Agency, is the intelligence arm of the military, dealing with crash retrievals and extraterrestrial contact. While animal cloning comes from years of scientific research, the technology used to rapidly clone humans was received through extraterrestrial contact. During Eisenhower's presidency, meetings were arranged with both positive and negative groups. Peaceful alliances with Pleiadians were rejected and deals were made with Zetas instead. Zetas, or Orbicular Sorokis, I guess that's the real name of the species, provided cloning technology, and in exchange, the military allowed the abduction and study of human physiology by the Zetas. Ever hear about a abduction story? Cloning facilities. Now, this is where it comes to Los Angeles. The first cloning centers were secret taxpayer-funded NSA, quote, black sites in various locations around worldwide. There are also private facilities funded by wealthy investors. Cloning facilities can be above-ground structures or in underground military bases. There are specific areas in hospitals where clones can be maintained by specialized doctors. I'm pretty sure there's a cloning facility at USC. I don't know how I know that. I just think I know that, okay? Handlers, owners, and controllers. Tell me if you've seen a handler around Joe Biden. Handlers. Clones don't know they are clones, but many understand there are doctors or handlers around them. Handlers usually come from intelligence or military. They guide clones from place to place, and their responsibilities may vary. Sometimes a family member, including the spouse, can take the role of handler. There can be financial agreements or threats to make others go along with it. Owners. Owners are wealthy individuals who pay for a high-profile clone to be created and then license it to be used for various agendas. The owner could be a cabal Satanist or merely aligned with the transhumanist agenda. This seems to be quite a spectrum. Controllers. Controllers implement the agendas under orders of the cabal leader. They have connections to the dark occult, military, and intelligence, and coordinate dark plans on the local level. These are not public figures, and they avoid attention when possible. The process. Finally, the process. What is going on? How does it happen? Specific technical details about the process won't be disclosed, but Pleiadians share basic information to help us understand. Why? Why would you not tell us how it works? Come on, bro. Anyway, I guess it keeps going. This says rapid growth. It takes about 5 months. Okay, now, they won't give us more deep details, but they'll tell us how long it takes. This is a specific detail that you should remember if you do any research on cloning. They say it takes about 5 months to rapidly age a clone and program it to speak and act as the original person. Clones are created from existing DNA and grown from an embryo, affected by an external source to speed up growth. The rapid growth process can create a puffy or plastic look, which fades naturally, and additional surgery is used to match scars, tattoos, or other details. Consciousness and soul. Now, this is where there's like some hope. Human beings are souls inhabiting bodies, and clones are soulless. Therefore, a clone is never the original person. It's a misconception that our body is powered by our soul. Medical science does not recognize the soul yet, understands that the body operates like a machine powered by the energy we consume. Our consciousness resides with our soul. Memories are stored in the brain. Humans aren't capable of affecting another soul or transferring a soul from one body to another. Just like an avatar. Clones are brain-powered machines and have no soul-based consciousness. They have no soul plan or karma. They can display simple feelings like anger and recall the memory of past emotions. They are not capable of love or spirituality. Memories. Our consciousness resides with our soul. Memories are stored in the brain. Humans are, I think I already read that. Copy. Speech and mannerisms. Joe Biden. Specialized technicians program the physical mannerisms, the voice and speech patterns to match the original. The level of complexity depends on the clone's intended use and the public's awareness of the person being cloned. A clone created for an entertainer would learn to sing and dance, just like the original. A clone used for politics would learn to give speeches, just like the original. Not a joke. Not exact matches. This is where it gets a little wonky. And this is where I think it's actually like sort of real. Like, this seems plausible. In the same way that genetic twins are not always exactly duplicates, physical differences can also occur with cloning. The process of rapidly aging results in mismatches because our physical appearance is not only a result of our genetics, but years of our life experiences. Stress, diet, and our thoughts and actions contribute to our overall appearance over time, of course. Traits of clones. Now, how to spot a clone, okay? This is super important. How to spot a clone. Puffy face. New clones often have a puffy or a plastic unnatural look, which fades over time. This can also be cosmetic surgery related to cloning. Okay, thanks for that reminder. No DNA. DNA is the soul's connection to the body vessel. The method of rapid human cloning doesn't pass any DNA to the clone. Okay, so they take DNA to begin the cloning process, but somehow that DNA is like goes away somehow. Like, I don't understand how that works, but whatever. No reproduction. Without a soul or DNA, a rapidly aged human clone is unable to reproduce. Clone families are installed with cloned children pre-aged to a point and then allowed to age normally. You ever think a family's a little off? You ever think the Smiths are just a little, no sweat or tears. Clones don't sweat or cry unless this function is added by doctors, just like me. Forgetfulness. Clones are prone to misremembering past events in their own lifetime, especially when given new information regularly. So that sounds like a human. Bruising and swelling. Clones used for high-level agendas may have a swollen eye or bruising from updates through their eye. So they stick needles through their eyeball, through their eye socket. Methods of updating. I think I'll just like speed through this part. Have you ever seen all those photos of the celebrities and politicians with the black eye? It's not that because they're in the Illuminati. It's because they're clones that are being controlled by either the real person or someone else in the government. Celebrity cloning. Many A-list celebrities use clones to perform in movies, television, or on stage. This provides more freedom, security, and income. A celebrity clone can travel around the world and perform to sold-out arenas without requiring the real person to ever leave home. Clone could be used to perform dangerous film stunts or used as a distraction for paparazzi. They can also be used to permanently replace a celebrity to maintain a source of income after their death or arrest. Not every celebrity who uses clones is a cabal Satanist. Some see it as a financial investment, and some are convinced that having a clone with all their memories and abilities grants them immortality. Now this is where we get really weird, dude. Like, people really believe they want to be immortal. That Brian Johnson guy, have you seen that Brian Johnson guy? He wants to be immortal. There are also examples where a celebrity with no connection to the cabal has been replaced completely by a clone and used for a dark agenda. The first cloned entertainer. Pleiadians tell us that the first major celebrity who was cloned for financial gain was American singer Andy Williams in the 1970s. So if you know Andy Williams, shout out. Political clones. Cloning in politics began with Bill Clinton in the 1990s. This is advantageous for media and politics because a clone can be sent anywhere in the world, give speeches, or perform other undesirable tasks. The presence of a clone may or may not signify the original person is gone, and often clones are used to conceal arrests of public figures. Political clones are also investment opportunities for elites. Now, here's the last part, very last part. The puppet show. Disclosure of mass arrests necessitates disclosure of rapid human cloning. And all of this has been deemed to be too traumatic for humans to hear all at once. Full disclosure can only happen after the shift occurs, when humans are capable of receiving such information without fear. Are you afraid right now? There have been white hat operations to take down cloning facilities, but unfortunately they can be rebuilt in other locations. While manifested into human form, Syrian leader... Okay, this is where it gets way too crazy, dude. Syrian leader Elder Ashtar has personally been involved with missions to destroy cloning. It goes crazy, dude. This Cabe guy on Twitter, it goes crazy into aliens, and like there's names for all these aliens. There's so many names, so many languages, but that's the end of it. That's human cloning, okay? So that was how it worked. They use it seems like a decentralized network of hospitals and hospital rooms to maintain, and they're grown somewhere on the planet, and they're used. I definitely buy that it's able to be bought like a product. Like, if I'm a celebrity in any form, like, of course I would want to try to expand my money-making horizon. Why can't I just copy myself? Why can't I just train some biology to have my same mannerisms? But this is connected to Biden, right? Like I've been following down this Biden's a clone rabbit hole, and I really think it's real. If you're looking at the chapters right now, I got the chapters up of Joe Biden just changing throughout the years. There's so many photos of Joe Biden just changing his look and seemingly being like, he looks sort of normal, but then when you line up all the photos together, he doesn't look normal at all. And I'm really one to believe that he's been cloned, and maybe he's dead, or maybe he's been arrested. Clearly, like, there's always been like discussion about puppets. Trump is a Russian puppet. So-and-so is a so-and-so puppet. Well, he's just a puppet for the Democrats. Like, what does puppet really mean? In this case, a puppet is a literal thing that you create and control for your agenda. And that is happening across the largest narratives within modern society. That is crazy to think about if it's happening. I tend to believe it is. How do we combat that? What kind of a narrative is that? How is this America Plus, dude? How is this America Plus? How do we make this? How do we bring forward a new beautiful world that my heart knows is possible? I don't know. In comparison to clones, I don't know. I guess you just got to be real. Just be a real motherfucker. Be a real G. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your partner. Be honest with what you're struggling with and what you love. To be open. Because it seems like there's a narrative out here that says they're putting out clones to help people be obedient. They're creating clones to keep a certain norm. You know? Here's a wild theory. Bill Clinton died in 2014. And every time we see Bill Clinton now, it's a clone. What do you think about that? That's a crazy idea. I want to believe it, and I'm interested in it, but I don't want to go too deep into it that I find out too much about it, because it sounds really dark and it sounds really crazy. Larry Page is the head of the cabal. That's another huge thing that Kay brought up. Is that verifiable? Can we get a WikiLeaks on that? Like, who is in charge? Like, that'd be a great place to start. If we're talking about a cabal that runs the world, if we're talking about a group of Satanists that don't care about humans and want to replace everyone with AI and clones and technology, who are they? Where are they? You know? Would you want to clone? Would you want to clone yourself? I would only want to clone myself if it was pleasurable. I would only want to clone myself if I actually liked myself. I would only want to clone myself if I was interested in myself. Why the fuck would I want to clone myself? Why? Why would I want to do that, dude? That sounds so insane. But I think it's really fun. I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. I wish I had like more on it, dude. It's like they're so like, it's just like a few things that I had to share. Like, it's this quick video, and then Bill Clinton talked about it again at some other speech. There's this link I got in the show notes, Congress.gov. This is from what's the year on this? May 2001. There was a hearing in Congress about human cloning. So if you want to read the transcript from that hearing, I was reading a little bit about that, and it's just interesting how it's such a sci-fi topic, but I'm literally reading Congress documents of them casually talking about it, and debating it and figuring out if it's moral, figuring out if it's right, you know. But clearly, if people are creating war, I'm sure people are creating fake humans. If people are creating viruses, I'm pretty sure you can make a human. Like, everything is up for grabs. This is my position. And so it seems plausible that clones are real. Even in 2001, dude, right before 9/11, May 2001, they're talking about human clones, and then 9/11 happens, and then it's like, oh, like everyone forgot about it. Everyone forgot about it. Like, I don't know what happened with the cloning. I tried to look up Bill Clinton cloning aftermath, like trying to figure out like what came from this voluntary moratorium. Like, did this even work? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the most open-ended piece of media ever. I'm calling for a voluntary moratorium from the private sector. Like, who followed that? Did anyone make an announcement? There's this company called Clonaid, Clonaid. Clonaid is an American-based human cloning organization registered as a company in the Bahamas. Founded in 1997, it has philosophical ties with the UFO religion realism, which sees cloning as the first step to achieving immortality. December 2002, Clonaid's chief executive, Bridget, claimed that a baby clone named Eve was born. Media coverage of the claim sparked serious criticism and ethical debate that lasted more than a year. So they talk about it in 2001, they talk about it in 2002, they talk about it in 2003. Like, but what really happened? What's really going on? There's never been any answers. So when it comes to the possibility of Kanye being cloned and celebrities and like that just makes me more aware of the types of narratives that can be pushed. Talk about a non-playing character just saying something on TV or online. We got these NPC celebrities talking some bullshit, talking about settling for Joe Biden in 2020. We got these NPC politicians telling us to go to war. Like, this is nuts if this is real. I propose to kill the clones. I propose we slave the clones. Wait, where is it? I propose we take over the clones. This is our land. This is our land. Yeah, man, dude, no way, clone. Get away from me. Shoo away. Shoo, clone. Shoo, clone. Not cute enough, clone. Goodbye. Goodbye, folks. We're going to head on into the value for value section, folks. America Plus is a value for value show. I do my best to be entertaining here on America Plus. I'm just trying to talk about things that I think are inspiring and funny and interesting, and I'm just trying to hang out with you. I'm just trying to have a good time. And I'm developing myself. That's really what I'm doing. I didn't want to hit record today. Like, value for value, I did not want to record the podcast today. And now that I'm in it, I'm like pretty like grateful that I hit record because I feel better. I feel like I'm in the flow, and I'm just happy I hit record. So thank you for being here, first of all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Value for value means it's like a reciprocal back-to-back feedback loop. You can share your value. We can exchange value through time, talent, and treasure. The treasure part, there's two main ways that you can support the show with money. It's PayPal. I got a PayPal in the show notes. And you can listen to this show and boost me on a modern podcast app.
Go to value4value.info for more info, then download the Fountain.fm app. It's the best way to support the show.
Fountain.fm is my favorite podcast app. It's a modern podcast app. You can send Bitcoin to each other, little bits of Bitcoin called Satoshis. I tried telling my friend at work about that, and he was totally uninterested. He was like, yeah, sure, bro. Cool. See you later. But I'm telling you, it's the future. Value for value is amazing. I'm going to be reading a boostagram. We got one boostagram from this past week. Last week was number 126. And I got, where are we at? Number 126, I was talking about unlimited energy. And I brought up this guy named Ashton Forbes. And I think Ashton Forbes is like a grifter and scammer. And it was just interesting to talk about, there's these devices floating around online that claim to have free energy. And the free energy narrative is always like, weird because people say like, oh, they achieved it a long time ago and then we lost it. Or we just discovered it for the first time ever right now, but like the government's suppressing it, or something in between that. And so I just talked about that a little bit that last week. And we got a boostergram coming in from @JoelW. He sends in a wonderful, beautiful 2,222 sats, double than his usual. Thank you, Joel. He says, so last week I was talking about how Ashton Forbes, he has this limitless energy device. To get this device, you need sign an NDA and put down a 40% deposit on this device. And so this is what Joel has to say to that. NDA, 40% deposit. I am outright calling it a scam. I've had a few convos with people about free energy. All say it's so easy. All say they know someone who did it. And without fail, all say that person sold the idea to someone else and then it was suppressed. And the more I'm listening, dude is a grifter extraordinaire. Present himself and keeper of a secret. Promote the idea of being prosecuted / targeted. Yeah, he's a con man, 100%. Joel.
Boosting is loving.
Boost.
My man.
And now, as the French say, it is time for le boost.
Yeah, I'm willing to call Ashton Forbes a straight up scammer as well. I didn't post the video of the podcast this past week because I was nervous to post it on Twitter. And I didn't know if I should tag Ashton because he follows me. I'm not trying to cause drama, but I'm actually about to cut out that clip and post it because Joel got me hyped up. He's definitely a scammer. He went to the Cosmic Summit, took a few photos. He was critical of this other device that I'm into. He was critical of it, which is okay, but he was critical. And he keeps saying that his device is better, but no one's ever seen it. And he's going to be producing photos of it soon. We'll see, dude. We'll see. But Joel, thank you very much for that. Another
Booster.
You're my man, Joel. If you want to be a part of the America Plus community, download a Modern Podcast app. Send me some boostograms. Get your wallet filled up. Fountain is the best one to do that because they provide you a wallet and they walk you step by step on how to fill up your Bitcoin wallet. Once you get the hang of it, it's really incredible, what the implications are because this goes across all media. And I'm an example of that. I'm a director. I'm putting out movies and putting out docs, putting out more entertainment on RSS feeds. And value for value is how I want to exchange with you. So it's the best thing to do it. And you can follow my YouTube. You can follow my socials. Follow my ex at Cole McCormick1. My YouTube is just Cole McCormick. Just do your thing if you want the video. I'm doing more video, dude. All right. Value for value.